Peace, blessings, and enough whole heap of love to everyone. I do hope and trust that everyone is feeling at the top after yesterday's question and answer from our leaders. So today is question from all our founders. Any founder that have a question, that's today's forum mainly. All right. But of course, before we get into everything or anything, you know that our main music is from Lirato. Of course, we're going to look at the top today, since for the couple past meetings we played In It to Win It by Lirato.
To the future we rise high with one heart.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. To the top, definitely across the universe. And we know that everyone should be feeling great, especially after a wonderful interactive session with our CEO, Ash Mufari. As we continue to look at our mindset or get shaped with our mindset, because as Mr. Ash Mufari said, that the money is there to be made. So we don't have to worry about that. What we need to worry about is our mindset and how do we manage our mindset. And so we do have a native of St. Andrew, Jamaica, mother of one daughter, with this desire to inspire one soul at a time and a deep intention to impact the masses. Received her bachelor degree of art and in psychology from the College of New Rochelle and a speaking certificate from the WILLIS-BROWN institution. When she's not writing, her days are spent traveling and or relaxing at home with her music. At this point in her life, she dedicates her every step towards her parents' legacy as they rest in glory. And so without any further ado, we will turn to our inspirational speaker, a dynamic blogger, a wonderful youth mentor, a fascinated podcaster, a lovely show host, a published author, and of course, a lifestyle coach. We present to you none other than our own CEO, data center owner, Verona Willis-BROWN. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome everyone. How's everybody doing today? Thank you, CEO Data Center, Sir Derek. Yes, I hope everybody is doing well. And that simply means from your mind all the way into your body, you're doing well. I wish you well. If you're not doing well, I wish you well. Because when we are well, we can function. If we are not well, we cannot achieve the things that we set out to achieve. So this is where we are going to start today. As you hear Sir Derek say all those lovely things about me, but yeah, it wasn't always like that. You see, I came from a family that was labeled the poorest. But you see, you have to gear your mindset out of the way people view you for you to reach somewhere and accomplish that which you were created for. Because if I was stuck in that same situation, or stuck in that mindset where I came from the family, the poorest family in a neighborhood, I would not be speaking to you today. So with that said, if this is your first time coming here today, welcome, 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 welcome. And for those who are returning, welcome. Before I go any further, for you who are new, I oftentimes do a little simple exercise, very, very simple. And it is just to relax yourself before we go into anything. And that is to take your hand and put over your chest. Simple, just to acknowledge that you're here. Feel your heartbeat as it pumps on your chest and under your hand. That is signifying that you are alive. That is a sign of acknowledging that you are there, you're present. You see, the language between your mind and your heart have their own language. And if you listen or feel your heartbeat going at a certain speed, it is corresponding with the thoughts that's rolling in your mind. So as you put your hand on your chest, I ask you just to breathe a little. Breathe a little and stabilize your mind so we can get into the journey called life. Because that by itself is saying that you're alive. Your heartbeat pumping is saying that I am not speaking to dead people, but I'm speaking to live beings. Someone who have intentions and goal and aspiration. So again, feel your heartbeat and let your heart correspond with the language of your mind. Breathe and relax. And let us go on this journey called inspiration or mental detox. You see, we look at life, and when we say mental, the word mental sounds so heavy. We had mental health month, mental sickness, mental disorder. But you see, mental is a state of mind. And we have to know what state of mind we're in to achieve anything in life. We were all born to expand. We were all born to grow. We're all born with greatness inside of us, planted and knitted neatly on our DNA. But somehow life came about, and somehow life shifted you out of place, and circumstances stand in front of you, and then your mind got attracted to that. And you wrap your mind around every circumstances that you go through and every circumstances that is placed in front of you. But how many of you know that most of the circumstances that you go through and most of the trauma that we've been through, we are not the one who caused them. Most of them are caused by somebody else. But yet we carry that trauma and we plant it deep inside of our mind. And we plant it deep inside of our heart. And then that allows us to determine who we serve and who we share with, how we judge each other, how we love each other. See, there's something called history. And I was never a fan of history, that very subject. I was never a fan of it. But you see, that defines a lot of things. But my brothers and my sisters, that should not define your future. That should not define your history. You see, I mentioned earlier that I came from a family that will label the poorest in a community. But they will not define me. They will not define my future. They will not define my destiny. You see, your destiny is defined by you, not your parents, not your community. It is defined individually by each and every one of you that's sitting right here, not collectively. So I want to acknowledge our brother Ash. You know why I want to acknowledge him? Because he gave us this platform, because he's defining his future. He's defining his destiny, but he's serving from an overflow. So I ask each and every one of you, how are you serving? How are you sharing that which you have? To share, it doesn't take much. Because to share doesn't mean money. To serve doesn't only mean money. Share your space. You see, the world famous, legendary Bob Marley once said, and if you're old enough to be sitting here, you should know that name, Bob Marley. He said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. What is that? It is saying that the things that you pile in your head, the things that you pile in your mind, the things that is added on to your brain defines the decision that you will make until you learn to get rid of those things. Then you can express what it is to feel freedom. Because freedom is defined by you and I individually. You see, as I mentioned, history, I want you to take a moment and think about your family, your community, of where you are coming from. Because at this point, we cannot go back there. We cannot go back to where we are coming from, because life says we go forward. So set yourself on a gear where you tell yourself you cannot go backwards, because going backwards, you won't achieve anything. But what you will do, you will pick up traumatic stuff. So we are here to go forward. So I would ask you to think about butterfly. We all love butterfly. I don't know of no one who don't love butterfly. Beautiful beings. But there's something about a butterfly. A butterfly did not just become a butterfly.
Got mail.
Butterfly came through a process, starting from a little caterpillar. So my dear brothers and sisters, you, Sister Janine, you, Sister Roslyn, you, Brother Harold, you, Brother Larry, you, Sister Margaret, all of you sitting here, think of yourself as a caterpillar being evolved into a butterfly. When you become a butterfly, you cannot return to be a caterpillar. So as I close, just consider each and every one of you as a butterfly as it evolves. Remember, you must evolve from your mind so you can accept that which is served unto you. Thank you. Back over to you, Dr. Derek.
Okay, thank you very much. I do apologize. A few people having a few issues with the link. Do apologize. Thank you very much, CEO, the data center owner, Willis-Brown. Really appreciate that inspirational talk that you gave us. Was wonderful.